Howdy all, Mike from Mortgage Nerds in Appleton, Wisconsin. I am with...
Brian Hofmann, also with Mortgage Nerds in Appleton, Wisconsin.
He is. Today we want to talk about, what do we want to talk about?
Let's talk about documents needed for financing.
Love documentation. It's the best thing ever about mortgage lending.
It is
It's probably
the best.
what people hate the most, right?
Absolutely, yep.
All the paperwork. All right, but let's get to it. What do you need to get pre-approved or to get a mortgage closed these days?
It's a great question. There's a lot of different variables and factors that determine what type of documentation.
Just a checklist for everybody?
Not just checklists. So I mean, there's different things where are you a W-2 employee? Are you self-employed? Did you have a bankruptcy? Did you go through a divorce? There's a lot of different factors that come into play of what documentation is needed. You know, we can say your normal salaried W-2 employee.
Let's start there.
Your vanilla borrower, like.
Let's start with our vanilla borrower.
Yeah, so you're talking
W-2.
driver's license,
Okay.
30 days pay stubs.
A non-expired driver's
Yes.
license. The most recent 30-day pay stubs, right? We get really technical.
And then you have W-2. Sometimes it's for the last 2 years. You know, sometimes it's only 1 year needed. There's a lot of different factors there.
What would that be based on sometimes?
Job history, how long you've been there. You know, there's a lot of different.
DU findings, LP findings. Yep. So based on your credit, your down payment, everything's based on risk, right? Based on risk, you will deliver documentation or extra documentation that may be needed.
Right. You know, then you have your bank statements depending on what type of underwriting system you're using. Some require 2 months, some require 1. If you're doing an FHA financing, that could be 30 days. Conventional DU, 60 days. So that's where, you know, everything changes a little bit. But for that vanilla W-2 borrower, those are pretty much the basic things you're going to need.
Yep.
There's always, everybody's situation's a little bit different. So there might be a little bit more than that, but that's the basic.
Right. So that's for the vanilla person. Then you have, let's go the most complex person, the self-employed individual.
Self-employed that has numerous properties and, you know, different numerous businesses, things along those lines. Now that type of borrower, especially with the whole COVID overlays that went into play, I mean, there could be a stack of documents like, you know, like that's required.
So you need business tax returns, personal tax returns. If you own any properties, all the taxes on those. Any proof of mortgage that you need on there. Depending,
you might need your rent, your leases if you have numerous properties that are investment properties. You're looking at all the K1, all the depending on how you file. Business, personal. You're right there. There is a whole slew of documents that are needed depending on the person's situation.
Absolutely. So we're always on an application, we're going to pull credit right away. That's one thing that we pull and we get, right? But we're always going to verify income, however that comes in. It could be child support, it could be maintenance, it could be W-2 income, it could be self-employed. However you make money, it could be literally selling items on eBay, right? If you do that and you see deposits going in, we need to document that. So all income, all liabilities, whether they show up on your credit or they don't show up on credit, right? Really, and then down payment. That's really what it comes down to. However that fits into your puzzle, because everybody's a little bit different, those are things that are all going to be verified in many different ways to make sure they're accurate.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. So there can be lots of paperwork or minimal paperwork based on your unique situation, but the fact is mortgages are extremely complex. That's why when we talk about even income and you're talking child support, you may not be able to use child support because you just started collecting.
You just started collecting 1 month worth.
And I was going to go on the other end. They're 17, you know, and their birthday is next month, so you have to show continuance of income. And that's where you guys wouldn't know that you can't use it based on those different factors. That's our job to educate you and inform you on that kind of stuff. And that's why you can't use automated systems or plug your information in, because you don't know what you don't know. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what our job is. That's why I've been doing this for a long period of time. Our job is to educate and empower you guys to make great financial decisions. And by doing that is filling out the application, having the conversations, and going into detail in actually what you need based on your unique situation. But this video is superficial about just documentation that is needed.
Right, absolutely.
Right, to pique your interest,
Mhm.
right? But if you truly want to know what documentation you need to get pre-approved, contact us. We'd be happy to let you know that based on your unique situation. We'll educate and empower you. Right?
Absolutely.
Anything to add?
I don't think so.
All right, guys. Remember, mortgages are complex. Let mortgage nerds
Give you the answers you need.
see ya.